Let's talk about Google My Business for lawyers, and I want to give you a full guide. So here are my opening remarks. So when you think about GMB, Google My Business for lawyers, this is an important component of your SEO strategy, but also your digital presence overall. So an optimized Google My Business profile is vital for lawyers, given that 97 to 99% of consumers search online for local businesses. So if your law firm's GMB profile is not optimized, it may not really appear in local search results or even map packs. And this makes it a lot harder for potential clients to find you. And if they don't find you, then your revenue goes down, right? Or no revenue at all. So now known as Google Business Profile, this free tool can boost your online visibility, enhance credibility, improve local search prominence, and facilitate cost-effective marketing overall. And we're talking here about scalability. In other words, this is a long-term thing. This is not just a short-term thing for 3 months or 6 months, but this is more about establishing your law firm, let's say, solidly in the minds of your audience, at least at the local level. And a GMB profile helps your law firm appear higher in local searches, establishes trust with detailed information and positive reviews, and allows your firm to appear in Google Maps search results. This is an important element. So basically, when we talk about Google My Business for lawyers, this is basically an important element that allows you to display your law firm's data on Google Search and Maps. And so you are able to enhance your visibility. You're able to actually establish trust, and you are able to list your firm's name, location, contact number, website link, operating hours, services provided, among other details. And they can also, as a lawyer, as a law firm, you can also share images of your workspace or team members to provide potential clients with a preview of your firm. And so how do you actually create a Google Business Profile for lawyers? Very simple. Basically, you have to actually go to GMB website, open Google Business Profile dashboard, and click the Manage Now or Sign Up button to begin the process of creating your law firm's GMB profile. It's pretty straightforward, nothing really complicated, and everything. And the thing is that, as with all Google services, it's pretty straightforward, pretty user friendly. Now, you can also see if your law firm listing already exists on Google. That's kind of cool because Google allows you to see what's really there. If somebody has claimed your law firm data before, or if you yourself have done it in the past and totally forgot. So that's really good. If you already have a profile, you just need to update it. Now, how do you optimize a Google Business Profile for lawyers? First of all, you want to specify your law practice areas. It's all about granularity. It's all about detailed. It's all about providing a level of depth and breadth that your clients will appreciate. So when you complete the Google Business Profile for your law firm, the category you choose is kind of critical because it's how Google understands the specific legal services that you offer. And so here are some of the most known categories for law firms. You have criminal justice, general practice, personal injury, bankruptcy, family law. Now, there are also secondary categories you may add after you have selected your primary business category. And this provides even more detail about your area of practice. For example, you can add trial attorney as a primary business category if you selected family law. And this secondary category may also be available for other main law categories as well. So the whole idea is, again, going back to what I said, it's all about providing granularity, okay? And a secondary category is not displayed on your GMB listing. Instead, Google uses it to return better results in Google local searches. Next, you want to add your law firm's physical location. It's all about geography. It isn't really mandatory to include a physical address for your GMB listing. However, if you choose not to, your business won't show up in Google Maps searches. And also, when you give an address, people will be able to select directions to your office based on various transportation options. And that's kind of cool in terms of accessibility. Next, you want to include contact information. So I'm talking about like hours of operations, pictures, descriptions, and contact information. You want to ensure that your name, business location, and phone number are always consistent. And because this consistency It is going to establish credibility and trust. And this consistency should include information that is located offline. Also, if your law firm goes by a nickname or let's say abbreviation, this name might also be used consistently. All of this is necessary for better SEO and lead generation for lawyers, especially in the long run. You want to include a link to your law firm website. This part is quite easy, right? Select your website URL and add it to Google, to your Google business profile. If you have more than one website, choose the most authoritative one. And this is kind of cool. And next, you want to write an optimized for search description. And your law firm's business description will have a maximum of 750 characters. 750 characters, okay? And the thing is, it should be as informative as possible. So consider what you want your potential clients to know, how you are different from other lawyers, and how you can address their problems. And it's all about differentiating yourself. It's all about presenting yourself, actually painting the most positive lights on your practice. You can also add your focus keywords to the top of your business description to improve search engine visibility, just as you would research legal keywords for content on your website and blog. So it's really best to use the same terms in the business description of your Google business profile. However, you always want to strike a balance between using keywords and providing useful information to create a persuasive case for clients to contact your firm, right? It's not just about filling forms. It's all about making sure that you are establishing credibility, and you got to do this over the long run. You want to specify opening hours. This is an important element that will actually buttress credibility a lot. And so if your business is actually a practice that accommodates customers at your location, you will be asked to provide your operating hours. This is applicable to most local law firms, and this is kind of cool. So remember that you have to keep your hours updated to accurately inform clients of your availability. Like during COVID, for instance, I mean, a lot of law firms forgot to actually update their hours, and this is something you really have to do. Okay, and it's pretty straightforward when you go into your Google My Business profile to update your hours. Pretty straightforward. You have to put basically based like the opening hours to the closing hours, and you have to put the location. So basically, if it's Eastern or Pacific or Mountain Time, whatever the time zone, you have to specify that, and that should be pretty straightforward. So when we talk about Google My Business for lawyers, and you have to actually use high quality photos and videos. And remember that it's all about how you present yourself, right? First impression matters. First impressions always matter. So legal clients will feel better about doing business with you if they are familiar with you. So law is a very sensitive area after all. So one way to create this familiarity is to upload high quality videos and photos of your legal team to your Google business profile. And these elements will also make your profile more attractive and engaging. Visuals cause people to pay more attention and spend more time on your profile. And what happens here is that if potential clients click on your law firm GMB profile, you are more likely to get leads. Additionally, those clicks indicate to Google search that your listing is relevant for those particular search keywords. So when it comes to pictures, sharing a picture of your own law firm logo, team photos, and images of your office space will actually yield the best results. So try to get over any camera shyness and tell your associates to do the same. Those photos can really impact your profile in a very positive way, especially when it comes to actually solidifying your GMB profile over the long run. You want to create practitioner listings if necessary. So the primary business category that you choose for your Google business profile is important for local search results and for letting people know that you are doing you are in a certain category of practice, right? However, you might be wondering what you should do if you do have more than one key practice area. Then what you have to do is you have to have the practitioner listings. Think of Google Business Profile practitioner listings as individual profiles for your attorneys. They can set primary categories describing their services, such as contract law or litigation. And what happens here is that this helps rank in search results for relevant keywords, because everything is all about ranking for relevant keywords. However, each attorney must optimize and maintain his or her listing to avoid confusion for clients. And this strategy suits diversified firms with lawyers targeting different service areas. Otherwise, it's typically better to create listings for each physical branch of your offices. And that's going to help you a lot, especially when it comes to solidifying your firm's profile. Next, you want to gather and answer the reviews. I mean, not all reviews are positive. You can have positive reviews or negative reviews. It's all about showing everything, okay? And clients will appreciate it if you are really transparent in terms of showing all the reviews. But most importantly, they pay attention to how you actually respond to negative reviews, okay? So be very careful, be very professional. Also, always be courteous. Clients will see how you answer negative reviews. That's how they know you are their law firm, or you could be their law firm or not. Next, you want to add posts to your GMB profile. I mean, Google Posts allow you to share information about your attorney services, upcoming events, special offers, and other newsworthy items that may be of interest to potential clients. See, the thing is that your GMB profile is not just something static. Think of it as your social media page, okay? Google used to have a social media. Now they don't have it anymore. But the thing is that Google My Business is actually can be a social media, a local social media. And you can use that page to actually link directly to helpful legal blog posts or other resources on your website that provide valuable information. So by regularly updating your law firm GBP profile with relevant content, you can ensure that it remains visible in local searches and attract more attention from potential clients. So this is kind of cool. And to actually create a Google post, it's pretty straightforward. You go to your Google business profile and you're able to actually see the series of like the sequence that tells you. I mean, you just have to compose your post, incorporating photos as needed, preview your post before hitting the publish button, and it's kind of straightforward. Keep in mind though that while posts can contain up to 1,500 words, only around 75 to 100 characters are visible in the preview. So make sure to provide a concise and informative overview of the topic at the very beginning. And next, you want to add FAQ to the questions and answers on your GBP account, because again, if you're trying to add value, if you're trying to really educate, if you're trying to really establish some kind of connection with your visitors and readers, having a Q&A can really help a lot. I mean, adding FAQs to your attorney Google business profile can be a great way to provide potential clients with the information they need to make an informed decision about your services. So when adding FAQs to your attorney Google business profile, make sure that you keep them concise and relevant. You want to focus on answering questions that are likely to be asked by potential clients, such as what services you offer, what areas of law you specialize in, and how much experience you have. It's also important to optimize your FAQs for SEO purposes. This means what? It means including keywords related to your practice area in the questions and answers so that they appear more prominently in search engine results. Additionally, you should link back to other pages on your website whenever possible so that visitors can find more information about your firm if needed, and that's going to help you a lot. I want to give you some extra caution here. It's important to actually track things. You want to track results using Google Business Profile for lawyers, okay? You want to look up how clients find your law firm. In other words, you want to have a clear idea what really drives organic traffic or just traffic in general. And so this report will give you insights into the number of people who found your firm online and how they did that. And you can click on the charts in the dashboard, basically, and it will show you a breakdown of the customers and which percentage of them found you by direct business name or business address search, a discovery search of your services or location, a branded search for your company brand, or let's say related brand. So branded search does not apply to all law firms. It will only show up if your law firm's name has appeared in a branded search. You always want to see where clients find your law firm. It's really important. So we're talking about the origins of the search, the origins of the lead, okay? And so you are able to see how prospective clients discovered your law firm using Maps or Google search. You can see the total number of views that your Google business profile received through each service individually. And when someone finds your legal business using Google search, that will show up as search views on reports. If they found your business through Google Maps, it will be displayed as Maps views. Total views displays actually the summary of views from both sources. And there is a drill down function that allows you to see how many people found your law firm on a specific day or by searching for a particular product. So this is kind of cool. And you want to look at client actions. So client actions are important because you will learn how people act once they have found your company's Google account profile. And so you're able to see the details regarding how many people have taken the following actions after viewing your law firm GMB profile: requested direction to your locations, called your business, or visited your website. You can also track clients' call. So clients' calls, basically, you are able to see when potential customers contact your law firm and how often. It only records the calls that are made through your law firm's Google Business Profile entry. And you can review the total calls graph to identify trends in the phone calls you receive for particular days of the week or by the time of the day. So it's all about seeing the chronology here. And this analysis will reveal exactly to you when people are calling your firm most often and why. Okay. And this is an important element because it helps you actually buttress your strategy for the long run. So when we talk about Google My Business, it's an important element to it. It's important sort of a consideration to understand that you are able to have a competitive advantage. And Google Business Profile, formerly known as Google My Business, allows you to optimize your presence online so you can attract more potential clients, highlight your services, and establish why your firm is the right choice in the first place. And you're able to learn about your visitors will be able to learn about your practice. That's really important. Check for your hours, opening hours, and read reviews, all within local searches and maps. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So, and the thing is, you can add more than one location on your Google My Business listing. So if you have multiple businesses that qualify for a listing on GMB, you'll be able to list more than one location. And this is kind of cool. And now you are also able to add multiple locations through the bulk location import. And so to import bulk locations, you have to create a spreadsheet that must have the following headings: shop codes, business name, business address, sub locally, administration area, and country and region. And once you have entered the data into your spreadsheet, you can choose the file option and import. You will also be able to review the changes before applying them. And new and updated listings will be established on your GMB. That's really cool. And you can add other stuff to your GMB, by the way. You can add attributes and highlights to your attorney GMB profile. And this addition will help you to differentiate yourself from your competition because it allows you to showcase different characteristics. So some of this include family friendly, wheelchair accessible, and women owned. You can also have minority owned, by the way. You can also use call tracking in GMB. So this analysis allows you to learn more about your performance as well as the sources of calls you are receiving. So this is kind of cool. And you do not need to maintain your name, address, and phone number to take advantage of this feature. So this is kind of cool. But however, Google is constantly changing its algorithm to make things easier for users, including law firms. So what are our closing remarks? In today's conversation, I spoke to you about Google My Business for lawyers. I gave you the opening remarks, the tactics, the extra caution, and now the closing remarks. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.